Hi everybody, thanks for joining me today on my channel. My name is Chris with Kristen's Crafts, and today I am excited to be part of the Dotty About Flair December celebration that is happening both with Facebook, Instagram, and through YouTube. This is being put on by Adam Westwood, who is the owner and creator for Dotty About Flair. If you haven't seen them already, a link will be in my description box. Adam has this wonderful company and a wonderful community that is all about the Flair, and I have been blessed to be one of his clients. And as you can see by the lovely tub of Flair I have on my desk, they're at hand always for me to use. So today we are going to be doing a layout for my December documented album, and I have pulled out a lot of Flair from his collection, some of it Christmas, some of it everyday, and we're going to see what we can get onto my layout. Now this layout is going to be a layout that's going to go into my December documented, and I'm thinking I'm going to put it on vellum. So the first thing that I will be doing is using this sketch. This sketch is in collaboration with Lisa, who is I believe part of Adam's design team, but she has a scrapbooking sketch Facebook group. So she provided sketches for all of the 31 days of December. So this is the one I will be doing for day 27. And then we're going and using a Pinterest prompt, and my Pinterest hello, that is tongue twister. My Pinterest prompt for today is colors and celebration. Now I've done something similar to this in the past. This is a scrapbook generation sketch that was designed by Debbie Sanders. I'm not using it for this. I'm using it for the colors, which is the deeper greens, a little bit of the browns and the reds, but I'm using it for the trees themselves. And this is my jumping off point for my inspiration. And I've done something similar in the past, and I'm hoping if the idea in my head pulls together that it will be, actually you'll see it in the layout. So keeping these trees in mind, on Lisa's sketch, you can see that she has several layers behind the photo. And instead of having a square layer, what I want to do is do layers of trees behind the photos. And then I have doilies. So I picked out some 6-inch doilies and some 4-inch doilies. We'll see which works better with it being a smaller layout, because I am shrinking this down to 6 by 8. The other thing that I'm doing is I am going to actually put this onto vellum. So I have a piece of vellum that I have. This is actually not Christmas vellum. This is Let Freedom Ring vellum by Pink Paisley. And so this is actually kind of a 4th of July, Independence Day kind of vellum that went along with that collection that I've had. But I like the stars. They're a little bit of a coppery color, and that will come into play hopefully with my Flair as well. So the first thing I'm going to do is cut this down. Now the album is normally 6 by 8, but I'm going to add a little bit to the width because I'm going to hole punch it to go into my album. So I am going to pull out a page protector from here, and it doesn't matter which one. I'm strictly doing it so that I can cut my paper down to the right size. These are going to go in my album. I don't know which day it's going to be, but it's going to be a full page on a day that all of my grandkids came over for cookie decorating. And I have pictures of my youngest grandson. Now, this is the picture I'm going to put on the front, and I have another one that I printed where he's got more of a cookie face, and I don't know where I put it right now, that when I do the next page, it will be on the back side. And this, I'm kind of featuring him a little bit more than the other two, only because this is his first Christmas where he's been an active participant in our celebration. Last year, he would have been only 2 months old, you know, cute and adorable, but this year he's actually walking around. He's actually part of the fun. And so I just want to make sure that he's kind of highlighted in here, since this is his first, I look at this as being his first Christmas, because he's now getting the whole idea of ripping open the presents and things like that. So as you can see, this part here is going to be 6 by 8, but I want to add that little 1/4 of an inch to it, just so that I have room to add my hole punches to it. And then when you flip it over, you might be worried about it. When you flip it over, you can still see the stars, but then they become white stars. And so I'm okay. I've done this in the past with even some of the other vellum, where it's like on one side it's gold and on the back side it's kind of silver from seeing the back side of whatever they've embossed on, the acetate or the vellum. So it kind of gives it a different look. So always don't be discouraged to put that in your book just because the back side might not be the same as the front. It doesn't have to be. All right, so we're just going to go ahead, like I said, and kind of line this up. That's just making sure this is even with that edge. And that's even. All right. And then we're going to just turn it. Flip it over so we can do the other side. And this should still be just the 8 inches, because it's not the height that's really changing, it's the width that's changing. And if it's not perfect, it's okay. And if you want to go a little bit smaller, you can. You just need it to be able to fit into the album itself. And, okay, there we go. All right. So let's go ahead. I'll put that to the side for now. So there we go. Now, the next thing I need to do, I'm going to mat the photo. And I'm thinking I'm going to put this to the side so you can see the sketch as I go. And so I grabbed out this green paper, and I thought this would be a good contrast to the papers that I picked out, which kind of go in line with the Pinterest motivation. So I grabbed, this is out from Little Lumberjack, which is part of Echo Park. And even though it's not a Christmas collection, these, the moose with the trees, the buffalo plaid in black and the buffalo plaid in the red, kind of are a more recent holiday colors, and you can kind of get that feel from the wood grain that's behind for this tree and then the green that's in these. So I'm getting that whole feel. So we're going to bring in a little bit of green just to add a little bit more color to it. So let me go ahead and grab my ATG. All right. And now the next thing we're going to do is make our trees. And what I have found for making the trees, the easiest thing is start out with boxes. First of all, let me go ahead and hole punch. Actually, I am going to, I just want to make sure I'm lining it up in the right spot. So what I'm going to do is just put a dot in the center of each of these holes, just so that when I put it into the hole punch, I know that I'm punching it where it needs to be. And the dots won't show because they're going to be hole punched out. Okay, see, so you can't even see the dots anymore. So let's go ahead. So now we just need to start figuring out those heights of those trees. So let's do the back tree first. That will go pretty much the main part of the background, and that's going to be the biggest one. And let's see how tall we want it. We know the picture is 6 inches, so we want it bigger than that. So I'm thinking I want like an inch above and an inch below. So if we go ahead and, since this is 8 1/4, go an 1 1/4 down. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We'll make it 6 inches tall. I may have to trim the photo down a little bit because that's going to cover it up. So it's got to be bigger than 6 inches. Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and trim a little bit of this photo off, as much as I don't want to. Now, let's wait. If I have to, if I start building it and it's too big, I might put you on pause and cut it or make it into a 3x4 picture. I kind of wanted to feature him more. And I did get some glue or something on here. Let's get this off. There we go. All right, let's just eyeball it. So let's see, what do I want for my front or my back? I think I'm gonna go with buffalo plaid, and I want it to be, we'll go 1/4 inch high and 1/4 inch low, so like right to there. So let's just cut the paper now to that height. And it goes all the way across. So it's going to go from here to probably, we'll go like right here. Now the easiest way to make these trees is to find the center point of the tree. So here's my center point right there. And now what I'm going to do is I'm going to trim from the center point. I'm going to line it up on my trimmer, and I'm going to the corner of my square. That's side number 1. And now I'm going to do the same thing over here. And I'm going from the center point at the top where my tree point will be, and I'm going to the corner of the bottom of my square. And so now you have a perfect triangle tree. And you didn't have to do a whole lot of thinking, measuring, calculating. I know some people struggle with that. So we're going to go ahead, and that tree is going to go probably like right in here somewhere, maybe over a little. So the next one is going to be just a little bit shorter. So which one do we want? I think we're just going to keep it in the order that I have them. So we'll go ahead and put the buffalo plaid. So that one is a little bit shorter than this tree. So we'll line the tree up maybe to there. And I'm just eyeballing it to be what would be a shorter tree. You can tell I'm doing this very scientifically. Not. All right, so this one is going to be a little bit thinner. So again, I'm going to use the old method of eyeballing it up with the other tree, and I think we'll just go to like right there. So it'll be a little bit thinner, a little bit shorter. keeping in mind that I have a 4x6 photo, and so that might make a difference. Now the next thing I'm going to do again is I'm going to fold it kind of a little bit, but not all the way, just so I can crease the center point. So now I know where that center point is. I'm going to line that up using the groove of my cutter right here, and lining up the groove of my cutter with the bottom corner. And then I'm just going to run my blade up and take that off. And then I'm going to switch the angle, again lining up with the groove on my cutter at the top, with the groove at the bottom, trimming it to the corner. There is tree number 2. Now we have these like that. And then the third one is going to be a little bit smaller, and we're going to do that out of, and they don't have these trees, they've staggered. If we go with her sketch, they're staggered in height even, so like they're not going all the way to the bottom. So this tree is kind of go up as well. So this one's going to be shorter as well. So we'll go about like here. And let's see. This one was about the same width as the other one. So we'll go ahead and go with the same width. It's just a little bit shorter. Okay, and again, kind of fold it in half, meeting the edges of the corner without doing a crease in the side. Just pinching the top just a little bit to make a little bit of a crease in it. And now we're going to line that crease with the groove in the trimmer, and then the bottom corner with the groove in the trimmer. And take that corner off. Turn the angle, doing the same thing. Now we're going with the top point with the bottom corner on the left. Trim it off, and there we go. We got number 3 tree. So now here's going to be the tricky part, because now we've got to try and see if we can fit this 4x6 photo in here as well. And like I said, if I have to, I can go back off camera. And I'm thinking I will. I think this would look better with a 3x4 photo. So I'm going to go ahead and reprint this. I can save this for my 12x12 book, and I still have enough green. But I think with the smaller photo, it will fit on here better and still have room for my doilies to go in, like the sketch, and then we'll start embellishing it. Because we'll still need a little something up here with a flare. We'll do a couple flare down here and then see where else we can go with it. So let me put you on pause. I'm going to reprint this in 3x4, and I'll be right back. Okay, I am back, and I've reprinted the photo. So I've made it from a 4x6 to a 3x4, and as you can see, it actually looks better this size because there's more focus on the picture and it fits within. And I'm really pleased with how it turned out compared to the sketch. So again, you still have the feel of the sketch with the layers behind the photos, and you have the doily here, which I may move over just a little bit more. But then you have the mood and the feel of the Pinterest mood board. So very happy with that. Now I did also reprint the picture of my grandson. This was, we have them come over and do cookie decorating, and then this is the second year of building gingerbread houses. And so if you follow along on my channel, I will be doing the layout in my December documented for this page. I am one of those grandmas that I don't sweat the small stuff. My husband, on the other hand, and my daughter, they have a stroke. I laughed. we gave him the little sprinkle bottle and this is the first time that he's decorated. So you can see blue frosting all over his face. But he figured out how to shake the sprinkles on, and he was doing really good at shaking the sprinkles. But then he just started shaking them all over my kitchen. I think it's going to be kind of like glitter. I will be finding sprinkles in cracks and crevices of my kitchen probably up to this summer. But he had a blast, and I laughed, and that's all that matters. So I'm going to go ahead and put this kind of up here again. Hopefully you guys can see the sketch and what we're working with. So now we're going to get on to the embellishing. And so I pulled out all of these Flair that I have. Some of them are from other collections, like I think this is like 4th of July. There's some that are from the Christmas collection, like here's some holly, which I'm thinking I like this one because of the red. This one here, I don't know if it came with the Christmas. I think this one actually came with a camping one, but the little Christmas trees reminded me of Christmas trees. So I think I'm going to use that one. We have this one here that has the little poinsettias on it. And I would like one more. And I have this one here that says Merry Christmas. So let's see. We'll look at these 4. I think the other ones are going to go back in my bin. But as you can see, Adam's got a great variety of different Flairs. And what I love about his Flair is they have the plastic, but they're also a thinner profile. So when you're adding them on, because there's this little divot, you don't need a lot of thick foam on here to stick them down. And they're not going to add tons and tons of bulk to your album. So love that. So very happy. So I know that I need something up here in this corner if I'm going by the sketch. And then I need another one down here. And let's see. And I'm thinking I'm going to maybe spell out his name. I've got regular gold. Let's just see what I have. I have also from Echo Park and Cartabella, I have these sticker books, and this one is Lumberjack Christmas. And since this is the little lumberjack paper, I'm going to see if I can go with that and see what I can find. I just need a little something here, and then I need his name. So let's see, first of all, if they have an alpha in here, because a lot of times they do, and they do. So let's see if we can just spell out Carter. And I would rather do it all in red because the black will get lost. All right, come on. Now I need the A. And the good thing about these Echo Park books, they have two sets of everything. So if I'm missing an R, I could go, but I don't. I have got both. Okay, so we got Carter, and I know I'm going to do it right where she's got the title from. But let's see if we want anything underneath that I can build it off on. Kind of like this little present. And I like this little tree because he's in front of the tree. But again, I need more for what's going here. Sorry if you hear my cat. He's decided that he's going to... Shh. He's saying hi to everybody. I know. Yeah. All right, let's just see here. Maybe I just want the Santa Claus. And then his name below it. I wonder if I went over the top of Santa, how that would look. I kind of like that. It's like it's saying, he's saying Merry Christmas, Carter. And then we could add this tree behind him. And I will go off camera and just add a little adhesive to everything. All right, I like that. And now I want a flare on there. And I'm thinking, I kind of like it right there. All right, so let me get my foam and I'm gonna put, I like the red holly one. And I just have these little foam squares. I found that these work pretty good with Adam's Flair. So we'll just add the holly right there. Perfect. And then I'm thinking I want this little present on the side. And I'm going to put this other flare down here. And I'm sticking pretty close to the sketch. I like Lisa's sketch. And, you know, like I said, the only tweaking I did to it was making my squares layers. I was making them more of a tree. Okay, so I like those. Now I just need something across the top. And the other thing that this sticker book has is some of these. And I'm thinking I'm just going to go with, do I want wood grain or do I want to go with kind of like the Jingle All the Way and Believe in Magic, but it'll get covered up with a flare. So I think I'm just going to be boring and go with the buffalo plaid. All right, so put that there and trim that off. If I can find where I put my scissors. I just had them. No, there they are. I moved them when I printed everything or when I cut those apart. And put the extra back in the book. Okay, and then I just need one more puffy for this. We're going to put that right up here. And then I think what I want is a couple phrase stickers from here. So we have Merry Christmas, which is in plaid. A Merry Little Christmas, Hello Santa, Mistletoe, Merry Christmas, Be Jolly. I kind of like the Be Jolly. And because he was a very happy boy. He was having a blast. He's just, because of COVID, he's been a little bit different than what I've had with my other grandkids as far as relationships. We haven't had the opportunities to spend as much time with him as we did with the other one, because like family events are not the same. And so it was kind of nice having between Christmas Eve and our cookie decorating, where he spent a length of time at our house, and he's now walking, and so he was able to make the rounds in the house, and it was just kind of enjoyable. Okay, Kristen, you're making a mess here. I'm trying to move it over so that the flare doesn't interfere with the when it's actually in the spine. So I'm trying to be conscious of that. Okay. It needs something a little bit more up there, maybe like a piece of holly. All right, so we've got Be Jolly, the holly, and then the Merry Christmas flare. I'm really happy with how this looks with the greenery and his name, and I don't think it really needs anything. This one I think needs a little bit more. I've already stuck the flare down, so whatever I put down there will have to slide underneath. And I'm thinking I'm going to see if this is too big. I have this poinsettia that if I can pull it up and slide it under the whole thing. And kind of run it off the edge and trim it off. I like that. And then let's see if I can find another phrase. Put another one below his name and maybe one over here on the side. And we've got Holly Jolly, Joy to the World, Warm and Cozy Cheer, Wonderful, Merry Christmas, Santa Claus, Making Spirits Bright, Baking Cookies. Oh, this is by the tree though, so I think I'll save that one. Okay, we've got an All I Want for Christmas Is You, and I think that is perfect for a grandma to say about her grandson. And let's see what else we have. And we've got one that says Naughty Elf, but he wasn't a naughty elf. He was a good guy. I am sorry. My cat is just like making lots of noise. I kind of like this one. It says Better Not Pout, and that kind of goes with his age at a year old. All right. I think that's going to do it. I'm really happy with how this turned out. Adam, thank you again for letting me play along with the Dotty About Flair team as your guest designer this month. This has been fun. You are a fantastic owner and are always right there answering questions, and thank you so much for being you. Make sure, if you're not already a subscriber to Adam's YouTube channel, subscribe. Also his Facebook group for Dotty About Flair. Again, the links will be in the description box below. He does go live every once in a while, and he's new to YouTube, and he's knocking it out of the park. He's doing a great job. And again, his business with Dotty About Flair has been a really great thing for the community, and just love you to pieces, Adam. So thank you again for letting me play along. Thank you everyone for joining me today. I hope you all have a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year, and we'll see you again throughout the year as we play along with more things on my channel. Bye and have a great day.